Hi friends, Brad here. Welcome to Airstream of Utah. And on this Technology Tuesday, I'm going to address tire pressure. Join me. We get questions here quite a bit about tire pressure. I read Airstream forums and Facebook groups and things of that nature, and I always see this big disparity on what people do for their tires. And what you should be doing is consulting your manual, A, and then consulting the Goodyear chart, 2. So these particular tires on this model, which is the most common trailer tire in Airstream right now, is 225, 75, 15. So 225 is the millimeters wide, 75 means 75% of that is the height, and then 15 is the wheelbase of the rim. So 225, 75, 15. That's what these are. ST special trailer tires. And I'm going to put up on the screen right here, and you can see that tire highlighted all the way across. At the top, you see a tire pressure. At the bottom, you see a weight. What you should do with this chart is weigh your trailer. Really, you should weigh it one tire at a time if you have an ability to do that on a scale. Most folks don't have a scale that goes to that weight or is able to do that, but you can do it at a cat scales, like where 18-wheelers get weighed. At most of your big truck stops, they have a cat scales. It costs $13 or so to weigh your trailer, which you should know what the weight of your trailer is on the axles, the weight of your tow vehicle. So the front axle of your tow vehicle should be 33% of the total weight. The back axle should be of your tow vehicle should be 33% of the weight. So that's 66. And then what sits on the trailer should be 34%. So the total weight of everything, 33, 33, 34, that's what the trailer should kind of balance out to. This is where weight distribution hitches come into play and things of that nature. But for this particular trailer and this particular tire, I know that because I just weighed it this morning, sitting on both axles, all four tires on the ground on this trailer hooked to my truck, it weighs 7,500 pounds. So that's the weight sitting on the four tires as I'm sitting level. So I pulled forward on the scale, so only the back axle was sitting there, and it was 3980. So that leaves me a guesstimate of 3520 sitting on my front axle. Now, the angle of the, pulling off the scales and things like that, so there's some disparity in that. So my guess is I have 3,700 pounds per axle distributed on both tires, and half of that is about 1,800 pounds per tire. Now, if you look at the tire chart, 1,800 pounds would tell me, these tires should be at 40 psi, which is far too low. What I do on this trailer tire is I run it at about 65 psi cold. And then I look at tire wear. So I've noticed on one of these tires that the exterior sides of it are wearing a little more than the interior sides are, so I know that the tire pressure is too low. So what I've done since then is upped my tire pressure to 70 psi, and it seems to be riding very well. So there's some trial and error you need to do with your tire, unless you know somebody with a tire scale that you can put under each tire and get a better weight that way. Please weigh your trailer. Weigh your entire vehicle. You should know what the weight balance is, and if you need an equalizer hitch or something like that, do it. One other item of interest is the date on these tires. So this date says 2920. It's a little 4-digit number here, and that means the week. So the 29th week of 2020 is when this tire, that's the DOT number, this is when this tire was manufactured. If the tire is older than 5 years old, and you'll hear people say this, I always replace my trailer tires at 5 years. Really, what you need to do is have them inspected by a tire professional. If there's sidewall cracking, for sure, replace it. But if there's still tread and the tire still looks good, you can have it inspected, and you should have it inspected by a tire professional if they deem it still good, and still use it. Discussing the tire tread wear, so I measure mine with a depth gauge. Most people don't have a depth gauge, and that's fine, but you can use a penny or a dime or something like that. Check it on the outside, inside, and in the middle, and see if it's wearing evenly all the way across. Just use something that you have available. Thanks for joining me on this Technology Tuesday. Ended up being a Tire Tuesday, but that's good too. If you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, or feedback, please give us a call, send us an email, or better yet, stop by. We'd love to meet you in person. Have a great day, everyone, and happy adventures.